So I haven't checked the garage, but I think what I've seen is this is what I've arrived to. Is that both my father's vehicles are right there, and he left. I didn't even think about it, but go away. Close the freaking. um, my 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 father forced my grandfather to give his car to him, and so he could come back to the house and violate the order of protection, um, and forcing my grandfather to be without a car. And my grandfather's okay with it, and my aunt is okay with it, but I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. And if this is how my aunt feels, this is how my aunt feels. And this is how the rest of my family feels, then this is how they felt about my grandmother too. This is how they felt about my grandmother. I just need my phone so I can look up the phone number. And my aunt has his phone number. I have my aunt's phone number. I'll leave a voicemail. My father left my grandfather without his car for 2 weeks.
Ethan, I can't believe what you did, and I honestly not gonna talk to you about it. He did not leave his father without a car for 2 weeks. We had no business to put an order of protection. It is your father's home. That was ridiculous. And now the house will be sold, and you will be out, unfortunately. So you put your grandfather in a terrible, terrible position. And unfortunately, because you refuse to have any medication, any help from any source, you are going to be living out on the street. And that's a very, very sad thing. But no, you've caused your grandfather now to go without a home. So that's all I have to say to you.
Please
really.
call my father and tell him to drop the car off at the park.
I will not. I will not.
You're going to leave your father without a car.
Actually, I'm sure if he's listing the house tomorrow, the realtor will be there and be able to probably leave the car there then. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that's how it's going to go.
Thank you.
So,
I didn't take my grandfather's car. My aunt does not care about my grandfather. I didn't take anything from anybody. I'm the person who had everything stolen from them. I'm the person who wasn't allowed to cook. Both me and my grandmother lost our body mass. And were mistreated. She really doesn't care about her father. Because she doesn't care if the house is sold. And my grandmother bought this house. Yes, my grandfather's name was on the house. Yes, my grandmother's name was on the house. And my grandfather's name was both on the house. But my aunt was responsible for my grandmother's well-being. And my aunt used the power of the state to take the house away from my grandmother. She made my grandmother sign a power of attorney. And then she took my grandmother to another lawyer to give up the house. And then, so these horrible people, my aunt controlled my grandfather. Well, she was controlling my grandfather the entire time. She was controlling my grandfather so that way she could control my grandmother. And there's two cars outside, and if my grandfather ends up having a heart, if my grandfather gets ill, he's gonna have to call an ambulance, which is better because it's quicker, only because it's quicker. But my grandfather won't be able to get food for 2 weeks or anything. I'll have to go and walk and get food, which I think there is enough food in the house. There's enough food in the house. But I don't know what else to say. They're insane.